Alright guys, today I'm going to walk you through the 6 systems you need as a fitness coach or a coach online to get more leads and more sales from your same views online right now. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to try and do this in 15 minutes. If you know me, I love to dive into topics too deeply, as I'm doing now. I'm going into a tangent instead of sticking to what I'm meant to be saying. But I'm going to try and nail this in 15 minutes so you can actually take some value from it. More importantly, what you're going to learn today, you can implement immediately. It's just going to change your behavior, change your actions for the better. So we're going to start off. We've got 6 different things. The last one is something you've probably never heard of, and it's arguably one of the best sales assets we've ever used. And before you worry, it's not the proof page or social proof page that we've actually got. This is something completely different. This is actually to help get more sales from the leads you get. So I'm going to talk about that at the end, and yeah, hopefully you're going to learn a lot from this video and take some value from it. Let's dive into it. Okay, so the first one is going to be the target audience identifier. Okay, and what I'm going to do for you, right, before you panic, every single one of these systems here I'm going to give you, and I'm actually going to give it to you completely free if you're a member of SocialProof. But no, generally it will be linked down below, so if you want to check it out, you'll be able to get all of these resources and be able to implement them straight away into your business. So the target audience identifier, why is this important? I can tell you straight away from running PB Gym, a local business. It's a completely different marketing method compared to running an online business. Locally, you are capped by your location and how far away people live compared to your gym, for example. You can't be as niche or specific as you want to be. You need to be a little bit broader, okay? So the type of marketing you see for local businesses can be very different to what you see online. Online, you are competing against absolutely everyone that has access to the internet. So you need to be hyper-focused, hyper-specific. And if you see people out there debating this now, saying you need to go the other way, you don't need to be as niche as you think. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to be that person that just calls out busy professionals, or in worst case scenario, I don't know if this is going to ban this, but they say, if you're, I'm not even going to say it. I am going to say it. There are people out there now literally calling out, if you're a lesbian, you want to work with me. Like, you don't need to be that niche because that doesn't affect the program at all. That's a little bit ridiculous. What you do need to be, though, is you need to go a level deeper than that. So don't just describe your demographic different to target audience. Don't just say, I work with 25 to 30-year-old male that are single and looking to get more on a night out, if you know what I mean. What you're actually trying to do is describe the deeper level of emotions or physical problems that they relate to right now. And by having that in your target audience call out, they are going to read that first line, or they're going to listen to you as you hook them into the video, and they're going to know this is exactly for them. This relates to them, okay? So that's the first thing you need to realize. And the way we do that, we've got a framework that, again, you can have access to with this sheet, and it just helps you work with AI, work with any of like ChatGPT, Claude, to just bounce back and forth using the framework and the prompt we give you to figure out exactly all the pain points, the problems, the dream results, the desires they've all got. So you know every time you make a piece of content, you are thinking that they are on the other side of that phone and they're going to be listening to you. This is going to help you cut through the noise, and then when your dream client that you actually want to work with finds you, they're going to deeply relate to you and think you're the perfect coach for them. What this also does, and it's a concern a lot of people have got, it doesn't cut out then everyone else. Because if you do specify, I work with 25-year-old to 30-year-old men that are single, that are doing X, Y, and Z, then that does alienate quite a few other people. But if you just describe the feelings they have, that may still relate to other people outside of that. It's not going to cut out other people from wanting to work with you, especially if they like your content and they resonate with it anyway. So that is the first thing to get clear on, because without that, you're literally just building a business without a solid foundation. So that's the most important thing. It helps trickle down to everything. The second thing is your offer, okay? And this has changed a little bit, funnily enough, since Alex Hormozi went absolutely viral and blew up with his offers book, right? It helped so many people, but at the same time, now everyone was using the exact same tactics. You saw the same playbook everywhere. They would basically give unrealistic, ridiculous guarantees, like one I even used in the past, which was literally sign up to our program, and if you don't get results, we'll double your money. It almost seemed too good to be true, and it did seem too good to be true. It actually done terrible compared to what we'd run in the past. So I've tried and tested everything over the years, right? And I know, and I've learned the hard way of what works and what doesn't work. But what you do need to do is you need to think about what he talks about, which is the framework he has. You've got the dream result, what that's worth to them. You've got the timeline, how long it's going to actually take them. You've got the likelihood of success. So basically, is it a guarantee or not? What's the likelihood of them actually getting that result? And then the sacrifice. I've done a full breakdown on this, right, in another video where I go deep into each and every single one. I'm not going to do it for this video because it's going to take too long. But using the framework, like I said, if you want to go below, you can use this framework that'll help you create a really good offer that doesn't seem too good to be true, but seems really realistic. They trust you. There is going to be a nice guarantee in place, but it's not going to risk you or your business or giving too much money back. So if you want to build that, first of all, now you have a clear offer to go out there and promote online. The next thing now is getting more views, but more qualified viewers, not just hoping to go viral, not just trying to drive traffic to your page for the sake of driving traffic, but actually getting the right people to see your stuff. So this is why we developed a 28-day content plan. Okay. And now, the way this works is all you need to do is plug in your offer, plug in your target audience, and it will just help you create every piece of content, because we have basically 3 different pillars that we rotate every week, and we've broke it down into 7 days as well, so that you know exactly what to post on every single day. It's going to cover all the important content buckets, and this is specifically for building a service online, right? This is not me teaching you how to go viral. This is not me teaching you how to just, get more entertainment viewers that want more entertainment from you. You want coaching clients to watch your stuff, people that are going to invest in you. Those wanting entertainment are never going to want to change anyway, so they're not going to be the right buyers for you. So that's one thing. Stop chasing views, and you can sprinkle that in there. If you really want to go viral, you want to build a massive following, right? You want to become famous as well, and that's something you want to do. Fair enough. But maybe make it like 2 to 3 videos out of your 10 content pillar. If you have 10 content pillars, don't use all of them to just try and go viral, because nobody will ever take you seriously when they do find your page, and they won't invest in your service. So that's the first thing. But we have a 7-day structure, like I said, so you know exactly what to post on every single day, and it covers everything. It covers everything from your story, your motivation, to why you're doing what you're doing, why you're posting content, because people are asking these questions. We're basically wanting to answer all the questions that people have got underneath, that psychologically they need answering before they trust you enough to buy. So they need to know your motive. They need to know why you're doing what you're doing. What mission are you on? Why are you passionate about this? What's your story? What's your background? What's the journey you've been on? Why have you got the experience and expertise to help them? And all of this is covered in the content plan. But more importantly, tied into that, okay, whisper, tease, shout. This is basically 3 stages of a marketing plan, where you first start to whisper about what it is your offer is going to be, what's going to be involved in your program, what's about, but you're not pushing it hard. You're subtly whispering about it. Teasing is when you use things like lead magnets, which we talk about in there, but you also use things like giveaways, which can be one of the biggest lead generation tools out there to actually get more free leads from just your content, your same viewers. And then we shout about it. That's when we use things like priority lists. We use things like lead forms, which I'll talk about now, to get people through your funnel, over the line, and convert more of the viewers into actual customers. Okay, so that's the first thing. You can download that plan as well, because it's hard to explain everything you need to do. It's all written out. We've taken a lot of time to put into building this for you. Now, the next thing is going to be, when it comes to the shout part, the ultimate promo video. Okay, otherwise known in a different way as a VSL. Okay, now there's different types of VSL, so when I use that word, I don't use it lightly. There's a VSL that can be a leads VSL, which is a completely different structure, different time frame. Then you've got sales VSL, which is much longer, much deeper, much more case studies, much more about the actual service and what's involved and what's expected of them, and maybe a touch on packages and pricing. And then you've got an ultimate promo video, which is more for content. So this is more for the social media platforms. This is even less so about your service, and this is more about their problems, relating to them, what the potential solutions are without selling your service directly online. This is the way to capture more and more leads. And then the leads VSL actually converts them, so you get their number, you get their email address, you can contact them, and then the next step is, once they've booked a call with you, you send them the sales VSL, which I'm going to talk about now. So if you want that script as well, we follow a 14-pillar framework that we've tried and tested absolutely everything in terms of different structures of VSLs and different promotion videos. We script everything so we can actually look at the data and see which videos perform best, and then basically analyze and iterate off those. And we found this 14 pillar framework to work the best. It covers all the different psychological pillars you need in a VSL to make people feel like they need to commit and move forward with you immediately. So that's the other thing, right? Number 4. Now moving on to number 5 is the landing page. Okay, so the landing page. Now we've designed and built the proof page. So as you know, over the last 18 months, you may not know actually, we have invested in a software where we've built a software. We took on test users in summer of 2025 to just build off the feedback they had, iterate and grow. And this came about after 10 years online. So I've been in the game for 10 years. I first grew my coaching business, got to over 100 clients myself. Then at that point, demand was so high and I didn't want to sacrifice the quality of the service. We started to invest in bringing coaches on. We built a team. We grew to over 250 active clients online. Okay. So one of the biggest reasons we were able to do that, because for 7 of those years, I was genuinely struggling to push past like 30 clients because I didn't have consistent leads coming through the door. I didn't have a massive following. I didn't have a big audience. Okay. What I did was one of the biggest changes, and it came from advice of someone else. I didn't figure this out on my own. It was realizing the top marketers in the game, they use these things called funnels. Now, you don't need a fancy funnel or a really complex funnel. You don't need to invest in website designers that cost a good couple of grand and they're not even optimized to convert. They just look pretty. They look nice. What you need is just a one-page website that basically shows everything you do. It has your VSL on the top, so a leads VSL. It has your target audience call out, your offer, a bit of a pattern interrupt with your without section. So it basically talks about the associations they would usually think they need to sacrifice from the offer, that with your program they don't have to sacrifice. So it makes it unique. And then they see the sections of proof. They see video testimonials, reviews, client wins. If you're very new, even screenshots of client wins will make you look professional online and start you off, and then you can add to it as you go. But that proof page, we built it because we know coaches, number one, they haven't got the investment to make in like a big website or anything, and sometimes they don't even feel they need them because they think Instagram does it all for them. But the problem is, on Instagram, most people don't see your stuff. They don't see, even your followers these days in 2026 don't see everything because it's changed to an interest-based algorithm. You're just seeing on your feed all the stuff you like and you engage with and you watch. You're not seeing all the stuff you follow. So even though you're posting to your followers, not everyone sees all the client wins you post on your stories or the results you post on your page. So you need to send them to one link that just forces them to see all that. They understand you straight away. They're going to convert much more. To give you the data, 97% of people that click links like application forms, type forms, they leave without ever applying. That's 3% that comes through the leads you're getting right now. With our pages, it can convert anywhere from 15 to 25%. So you're going to get more leads come through from the same views that click the link. So you don't need our proof page, by the way, as well. You don't have to use proof page. We have got a £1 trial on at the moment for 14 days. You can get it set up and launched, and then you can trial it. And the price itself is £37 a month. So it's extremely affordable for coaches to be able to run a professional website without the need of even figuring out how to set it up. You just upload everything and it builds a page for you. So that's why we set it up. We want to make sure that the good coaches stand out online without having to learn all the marketing and try to compete against the coaches that don't give a shit, they don't care, they take people's money, and they're really good at marketing and sales. So they know how to play the game online, but they don't care about the actual people. So this is going to help the good coaches stand out with showing more social proof of how good their service is. You can just do this if you are a techie guy and you understand all the softwares and you want to invest in like the more advanced softwares out there that are like £100, £200 a month. You can build your own funnels and you can build a really good converting website yourself as well. It's up to you if you want to do that, but we wanted to make that as like an affordable option for coaches. So that's what you need. That's the conversion mechanism from social media that takes them into your control. Because if all your viewers and your followers are just sitting on social media platforms, the reality is, if the algorithm changes, like it has, a lot of coaches are struggling now because they can't reach their audience. Whereas if you did convert them prior, you would own their email address, you would own their phone number, you can nurture them through email, you can set all of that stuff up. And that's what we do, because we don't want to be reliant on basically the big tech companies being able to shut us down tomorrow if they decide to. And then the final thing, the most important thing, not most important for leads, but most important for sales, right? This saved me so much time over the years, and it's the thing I'm most proud to talk about, to be honest, because I've never seen anyone else really do this. I tell you, the only people I've actually seen do this really well is Gym Launch, and they sold for like 46.2 million. So I think they've grown beyond that as well. So what is this? this is basically when you get a lead and you've got the lead, right? You basically showed them enough so far. They trust you. They've submitted an application form. Maybe they've booked a call. Once they've booked that call, there's 3 parts to a sales call. You've got the discovery phase where you're asking all the questions, spending your time focused on them, finding out more about them to see if your coaching solution is going to be the right thing to solve their problems, right? That's the discovery phase of a sales call. Then you've got the pitch. And this is where now you start to speak and you present your offer. Now, there's nothing I hate more, and I think there's nothing people hate more these days, especially after always being asked by people to jump on sales calls, right? Well, they call them discovery calls, sales calls. And then you're just on the other side of a Zoom call being pitched the service, because coaches are so passionate about their service and all the stuff they deliver, they can talk about it for days. And that's what happens. You as the prospect ends up sitting there on a Zoom call and you're just watching a presentation in some cases that can last anywhere from 10, 15, 30 minutes in worst cases, even 45 minutes. I've been on one before with a fitness guy, right, that I did actually end up investing in because I trusted him anyway. I was going to pay him before this anyway. But he walked me through a 45-minute presentation. I was just like, my mind was elsewhere by the end of it. I was not thinking about it at all. And I was like, what a waste of time. Like, I didn't need to see that. And I could have watched it beforehand. It could have been pre-recorded because nothing was tailored to me on the pitch. So that was, even prior to that, we were already doing this. But what I'd done is I made what I call a welcome pack VSL. The reason I call it a welcome pack VSL is because I don't want to send them a sales video, a pre-sales video. What I would send them is a welcome pack video, and I would say, you need to watch this before the call. It's a must watch before the call. If you don't watch it before the call, I'm not getting on the call. I wouldn't say it like that, but I would make it clear you need to watch this before the call. If you don't, you're not going to be prepared for all the answers, all the questions I've got for you. And yeah, we won't be able to proceed. But they would watch it, and by the time they watch that video, they would be totally sold on the program, 100%. Then when we get on the call, I can just spend time just doing the discovery phase and just asking the right questions, and then they get their questions answered as well, and they move forward because they're already pre-sold. They're aware of the packages, not the pricing. They wouldn't be aware of the pricing. So then all you're doing is you're doing the discovery phase and you're doing the close. So you're not doing the pitch. The pitch removes about 20-25 minutes of time from your sales calls. So imagine all that, because I heard a sentence before that says anything that you repeat, you can automate, okay? And once you do that, once you realize, oh, I'm repeating the pitch on every single call, I can automate that, it's going to save you so much time, and it makes for a more effective pitch. Why? Because when you're on a call with someone, and you're pitching to them, they know they're being pitched to directly. However, when you send someone a video beforehand, it's not targeting them specifically, so they can watch it with their barrier down. If they're on a call with you, their barriers are up, okay? So 100%, one of the best things you can do is put together a presentation, a welcome pack VSL. And again, you're probably wondering, where the hell do I start with something like that? We've got a framework written out to show you exactly what you need on every single slide. I've literally built it into a framework of like the headline, sub-headline, 3 bullet points for every slide. So you literally just need to make it, and then you can record a Loom video of you going over that. And then you have that video, that Loom, to send to every client before you get on a call. Watch the difference it makes in your sales calls. I guarantee it'll be the biggest transformation in your business. And you'll be like, I can't believe I didn't think of this or do this sooner. It is genuinely one of those moments. So that's one of the best things you can do to increase your close rate, reduce your call time, and just buy back more of your time so you can focus on what actually matters. So if you apply all these systems to an online business, it's going to make your life so much easier. You're going to get more leads, you're going to get more sales, you're going to get more clients, you're going to get more results, momentum's going to build, and you're going to be happier for it. So yeah, I hope this helps anyway. A bit more of a deep dive today. I've tried to make it quick. It never is, because there's so much to talk about. So anything else you want to know, comment below. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please comment below and let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I don't know, do all the YouTube stuff. And yeah, there's going to be a few links below. Community, if you want access to all this information for free. It's invite only, but it's free. And if you want to try the SocialProof, you can click the link below as well. And that's it. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you soon.